In einem Bächlein helle, da schoss in froher Eil die launische Forelle vorüber wie ein Pfeil. Ich stand an den Gestade und sah in süßer Ruh des muntern Fischleins Bade im klaren Bächlein zu, des muntern Fischleins Bade im klaren Bächlein zu.
Just be normal. You're so weird. Can you just be a little bit less excited? Just don't be yourself. Yes, I was actually told that. I've been called crazy, mentally unstable, slow, stupid, so many names. Lazy piece of shit. So many names. So that people who had low self-esteem could feel better about themselves. So that I could shrink myself and feel insecure around them. So that they could feel better about themselves. And that's why I'm making this video. Because I know you. I know what you grew up with. I know what you were surrounded with. Hopefully you're not surrounded with that shit anymore. But I know what goes through your head. I know how hard it can feel sometimes to actually just be confident, to share your victories, to second guess sharing your victories with people, or playing big, quote unquote, because you may make other people around you feel insecure or inadequate about themselves. I've been there. I've done it. Sometimes, to be completely transparent with you, I still face that difficulty. It still sometimes is a problem with me. And that's why I'm making this video. Because it's fucking hard. And you don't deserve to live life playing small anymore. You deserve to fully step into your spiritual power and be that person and live that life that you've always dreamed of. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 ways that helped me stop, and that have helped me stop playing small and fully step into my own power and self-expression unapologetically. Let's get into number 1, my personal favorite, connecting with your soul. So this is probably my favorite because I love playing around with time. And anytime I find myself consciously experiencing self-doubt or consciously experiencing the shame and therefore playing small around people or not going for what I want or not asking for what I want, I know and I wake up to the fact that I'm getting in my own way. And so one of the best ways that helps me with this is connecting with my soul. What that actually means is based on my belief system. I connect with my past lives. I connect with other versions of me, not necessarily named Michael, but other versions of me. And I remember who they are and therefore who I am as a soul. And that I'm not this tiny or small image of who I think I am. I'm actually an infinite, completely limitless being with all this knowledge, all this experience. And what is one little moment? It pales in comparison to all that. What is one little fear? It pales in comparison to all that. So when I connect with my soul or my past lives, and I allow myself to experience that full maturity, like I'm thousands of years old. What has one little fear got to do with a 1,000-year-old person? Like it's nothing to me. When I connect with that truth, that confidence, it's like, okay, I'm not getting in my way anymore. So I love playing around with time. And this is probably my favorite and probably the most helpful way, especially with playing small. By the way, if you desire to learn more about past lives and maybe how you can connect to them, I'll happily make a video on that. So if you want that, comment past lives and see you sometime in the future. For now, let's get into way number 2, which is what does this cost? This is my least favorite thing to do, and you'll see why shortly. As much as I could sit here and tell you I'm perfect and like I'm just so always motivated by my goals and they're just the reason why I wake up in the morning, and I wake up with boundless, unlimited energy every morning, feeling so fulfilled and purpose fueled by what I'm doing, that would be a fucking lie and it's bullshit. So I have seen, and I have and still use, the what this costs both in the morning, during the day, and well, throughout the day. And so what that actually means is me being a human, I get scared. I feel ashamed. I hold myself back. I experience self-doubt. I play small sometimes. And it sucks. And when I catch myself doing that, instead of trying to motivate myself by like, Michael, remember what you want. Sometimes that works. But sometimes what works even better is remembering, what will it cost you if you continue to play small? What will it cost you if you consistently feel ashamed around your family? What will it cost you if you consistently don't go for what you want? Or even if you just don't go for what you want? Well, here's an obvious answer. It will cost me all my business ventures. It will cost me my emotional freedom, my mental peace. It will cost me my dream body, my health, beautiful relationships with people, going on amazing adventures and seeing all the world. All of that I will not be able to experience just because I'm fucking playing small. So that 3 other people can feel better. Is it worth it now? Probably not. So who's gonna stop playing small because I'm using fear now to fucking throw my ass forward in a good way? I'm calling out my own ego and saying, hey, Michael's ego, you really want to play small right now? That's okay, but here's everything that's going to happen if you play small. Your choice. A beautiful experience I had of this was I went to a seminar by Tony Robbins called Unleash the Power Within. And on day 3 of the seminar, he essentially walks depending on how many people there, this one in person, there was like around 5,000 to 6,000. He walked a group of 5,000 to 6,000 people through this relatively similar process. And myself and a couple, probably several other people, we were literally screaming, like actually out loud screaming in pain because we were so viscerally experiencing what would actually have happened if we kept playing small. So I can tell you from my own experience and doing this exercise many, many times, this shit fucking works. Like if you really want motivation to stop playing small and you really want to hold yourself accountable, just ask yourself, what will this cost me? And so 2 questions that I ask myself, or that I have asked myself, is what is the cost of always feeling ashamed around my mom or my family? And the other is, this is so deep for me. What is the cost of believing I'm alone for the rest of my life? Like, what will that actually do? I mean, you can begin to see the obvious ones. I won't have a success. I may not even have a marriage, nevertheless, a successful one. I won't have any great friends or best friends. Business will suck. Life will suck. Emotionally, I will feel alone and unsatisfied and lonely. Dude, the lighting, I know it's really bright for you right now, but I absolutely love this lighting, so we're just going to keep it going. Cool. One of my personal experiences with feeling alone was actually the reverse. I saw how someone who felt so alone and insecure tried to make me feel alone and insecure. And so I remember being at my family's house one day. I was just outside taking care of stuff, and this guy came by, a family friend, an old family friend. He was like, how are you? And I was like, I'm amazing. How are you? And he's like, amazing? There's nothing amazing about you. You're not amazing. In a very, very obvious way where he was trying to make me feel small. And luckily I was self-aware, and so it didn't stick. But the moment stuck because I was like, this guy, God bless his soul, really was out for me. Like, damn, man. He genuinely was trying to bring me down to his level so that he wouldn't feel alone. And a lot can be said about that. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is because I remember that day I told Esty and I told myself, most importantly, like, there are so many people out there, including younger me, who would have listened to that shit and who would have felt so insecure as a result of it. And it would have fucking wrecked their week, maybe month, definitely day. And this is me speaking from experience. I have people who told me things and it fucking ruined my week, maybe month, definitely day. And the truth is, you don't deserve that. I didn't deserve that. No one deserves that. When someone makes a mean fucking comment to you, like, you don't deserve it to ruin your day. And the most important thing is here, people have made mean comments to you. And frankly, that's the reason why you're holding yourself back. Because of what people have said to you in your past, and those voices don't belong in your head anymore. Speaking about it, let's get into point number 3, presence. Presence is by far the simplest, easiest, and frankly, most transformational way out of all 3 of these ways, and it can happen literally in a moment. Because frankly, as ex-people pleasers, or as people who deal with people-pleasing tendencies, or playing small tendencies, or get in our head and self-doubt ourselves tendencies, all we need to do is just be present. Because we have such a tendency, or sometimes we think about the future and what will happen if I do this, or if I don't do this. And the truth of the matter is, you don't fucking know. You can have an idea, but like, who cares? Just be present. I have found that when I'm being present, all these thoughts about what will they think if I do this? What will they say if I do that? Well, they may not even be there around me to say those things or think those things, or I may be like not even thinking about that in the future. But I'm in my head now. So instead of going through all that and wasting all that mental energy, most importantly, time, around thinking about what will happen or thinking around what people say or thinking about what they won't do or will do or blah, 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 just be present. The way I see this is for both you and myself. I look at the ways and the times in my life where I have been the most in my head, the most fearful. And almost every single time, I kind of just said it, I've been in my head and I've been thinking about the future and what it means or what it could mean. And on the flip side, I look at the times in my life, you can look at the times in yours, when I have been the most immersed, the most excited, the most fulfilled, the most grateful, the most joyful. What's going on in those moments? I've been present, been fully concentrated, focused on what's happening in front of me / within me, fully present. And so the obvious then becomes my engineering brain's kicking in here. How can we reverse engineer that? How can we experience more gratitude, more bliss, less holding ourselves back, less people pleasing? Also known as, how can we be more present? How can we create states where we're not even thinking about playing small? And the obvious answer is be present. It's so easy. And this is where you need to wake up and realize that you have full control over your mind. If your mind's giving you excuses saying like, oh, that's great, Michael, but I can't be present like every day, all the moments. Like, I agree, but can you be present for most of the moments? Probably. So just remember, my friend, you are the controller. You are the voice in your mind, not anything else. Any moment, you can wake up. You can be present. You can tell every other thought in your brain to fuck off and that I'm here. I'm going to think about this. I'm going to focus on this. I'm going to divert and devote all my attention to this. I'm going to be fully here right now, period. You are the voice. You are the final gatekeeper of your mind. You have full power. So just remember that. If there's a voice in your head telling you you can't be present, question it. Like really, see where it comes from. Learn about it. And then let it go. Do yourself a favor. Instead of playing small, play fully out. Play to win. Play to enjoy. Play to maximize. Whatever phrase you want to insert there, my personal favorite is play fully out. This is your one life. This is your one chance to do everything you've always dreamed of. To live that beautiful, heart-led life that you've always dreamed of. To be that person. To be that leader. To embrace that, whatever it is, that relationship, that life that you so genuinely desire to have. This is your chance. The whole world, including myself, is rooting for you. Stop playing small to appeal 3 people's tiny or big egos. Embrace your own soul and your own spiritual powers. My friend, I appreciate you for being here and for educating yourself. It makes both you and the world as a whole a better place. So if you made it to the end of this video, I will call you a relentless renegade. If you want to look up that term, feel free. Comment RR if you resonate with it, and I'll see you at the next video. In the meantime, if you'd love to learn about how you can destroy self-doubt and really get in touch with yourself, I made this video just for you. Have an amazing rest of your day and be unexpected. Peace.
Macht das Bächlein tückisch trübe, und ich es gedacht, so zuckte seine Rute, das Fischlein zapfelt dran, und ich mit regem Blute sah die betrogene Hahn, und ich mit regem Blute sah die betrogene